Hey everyone, UFC fighter Kyle the Monster Nelson here, and this is going to be my longer UFC 294 main event and co-main event prediction. So we have Islam Makhachev versus Alexander Volkanovski in our main event. Again, it was supposed to be Charles Oliveira, but he got a cut over his eye roughly 2 weeks before the fight, and Alexander Volkanovski stepped up. Now, I think Volkanovski was in training to defend his 145-pound title, but I don't believe that was supposed to be until January. So it's hard to say what kind of shape Alexander's in, and we don't know how heavy he kind of walks out of camp. So if this is going to be an easy weight cut or a hard weight cut, but hopefully he's in shape and he's able to put on a good performance against Islam Makhachev. They did fight earlier this year, and with that fight, Alexander had a full training camp and stuff, and was able to put on a great performance. A lot of people thought Volkanovski won that fight, but the judges went with Islam, so Islam retained his title. I don't know if we're going to see Volkanovski be able to put together a similar performance on short notice. It would be great if he could, but I'm definitely leaning towards Islam being able to retain his title. He's at a full training camp. Him, Islam, and Volkanovski have fought before, so they both kind of have an idea of how each of them are going to fight. But I think that's going to favor Islam, being that he's coming out of a full training camp, whereas Volkanovski's fighting up a weight division and on short notice. So I'm going to pick Islam Makhachev by decision. It'll probably be a unanimous decision, but it will go the distance, and it should still be a competitive fight. I think Islam's going to get the better of Volkanovski. In our co-main event, we have Khamzat Chimaev versus Kamaru Usman. Now, this fight is also kind of a last-minute fight. Khamzat has been preparing to fight Paulo Costa, and Costa got a surgery on his elbow and had an infection and stuff like that, so he also had to pull out around the same time as Charles Oliveira. So Kamaru Usman took this fight, again, on right around maybe just under 2 weeks' notice, and we're moving up a weight class. He hasn't fought in a little bit since his last loss to Leon Edwards. So he's coming off 2 losses, moving up a weight class, taking a fight on short notice against a great wrestler in Khamzat. I think one of Kamaru's best attributes is his wrestling. He does have good striking, but I think the reason his striking works so well is because the threat of the wrestling is there. And I don't think he's going to be able to wrestle Khamzat the same way that he has been able to wrestle some of the other welterweights. So I think it's going to be a very, very tough fight for Kamaru. I think we could even see Khamzat finishing Kamaru, in the mid to late third round, just because Usman's not able to get that takedown, and I think Khamzat's striking is going to be a little bit crisper. He's a little bit longer, and I think he's going to be a fair bit bigger than Usman. So yeah, third round TKO for Khamzat. Again, you can let me know in the comments below who you think is going to win both these fights, if you think the short notice is going to affect Volkanovski or Usman. And tune in. You can also follow me on social media. I'll put up kind of shorter breakdowns. But yeah, let me know who you think wins below, and we'll see you next time.